welcome to another video. Today we're going to be doing something that I have not done in a long time. I want to say it's been since 2017 that I've done something like this, but I thought it would be super fun and something just kind of different, change of pace for this week, to order some craft supplies off of Wish. The last time I did it, I only ordered a couple different things. I think I ordered some washi tape that I actually still use, though it wasn't as vibrant as I would have wanted. I did an off-brand, like knockoff, what was it, Roto Punch, the thing that's supposed to help you punch belt loops and add eyelets. For punching belt loops, I've used it a ton. For eyelets, not so much. It doesn't always come out very great. And I also did an engraver. Now, I actually have a funny story. I tried to order something that looked very similar to that engraver, but instead it had a paper quilling tip on it. Now, it has been 2 months since Customs released my item, and I still haven't received it. So I'm tired of waiting. 2 months seems like too much time. I'm pretty sure that package is just gone. I'm gonna request my refund and move on. And instead, I'm going to walk you through 5 other things that I got off of Wish.com and provide a quick little review of what I think these craft supplies are like. So without further ado, let's get started. Most of these items were under a couple of dollars. I didn't really want to spend a whole lot, of course. The whole point of being on Wish is to spend a very little amount of money. So I took the cheapest things I could and the cheapest listings I could find, and that included shipping. I actually did check about like 8 different listings for each of them and made sure that the shipping plus the actual cost of the item was as low as possible. And I just want to see what the quality looks like doing that. So I have this fun little stack of packages here. They're all relatively tiny, of course, because they're relatively inexpensive. But all I did was kind of cut them open and make sure I knew what was inside of them. But I have not looked at anything or inspected anything with a lot of vigor, I guess. So I guess let's just get started. This one shakes, and I honestly, it's been so long. It's been at least 2 months, you know that. And I cannot remember what this is. Okay, so this is, if you remember, paper quilling from like a while ago at this point. I had a tiny little squeeze bottle with a super teeny tiny tip on it to attach just like really small amounts of glue. In my most recent paper quilling video, I actually switched over to using a paintbrush because mine got clogged. And this one came with, if you can see, like a bunch of different teeny tiny nozzles. Look at how teeny tiny that is. It is crazy. And this is as big as they get. You can see there's quite a bit of variety there. We've got, you know, some that are a little bit bigger, a little bit smaller. This is definitely the smallest one, I think. And I think that the variety is really nice to get like a very specific amount of glue depending on what you need. And they're all different colors, so I'm assuming you will be able to use the colors to quickly tell which one is which. I don't see any sizes listed on them, which I think is kind of annoying, but if you know you like, you know, the green one, I suppose it's pretty easy to pick up the green one. And all you would have to do is take this, attach to the end, and it doesn't twist or anything, it just kind of gets shoved in there, so I imagine that's going to be annoying to kind of take apart. And you screw it on, and you have your glue inside, and then you would be able to squeeze with varying amounts. I like the variety of this. I like how easy this is to squish. I think the one that I had was not super easy to pinch. This one you can actually like kind of hear. You can definitely tell that the air is going through it nice and easily. I would be nervous about leaks with this. I think that's where it might lose points. But on the bright side, it does actually have like a measure on the side, so you can tell how much glue, or I guess whatever it is that you have in there. So I think that's pretty nice. Overall, I might give this like a 3.5, just because I think that this could easily get messy, and if it clogs, if the littler ones clog as easily as my last one did, then it might not always be worth the investment. Grabbing from the stack of items I have, we have, I think that, yes, these are teeny tiny embroidery scissors. I see these everywhere. They sell these at Walmart even, and they're like unnecessarily expensive for as tiny as they are. They're just, it's so ironic. I'm about to need to grab a pair of scissors to cut out my scissors. Hold on. So, yeah, I think these are at Walmart for like $5, and that just seems like a lot to me. And maybe that's just me being dramatic, but I think $5 for a pair of scissors that can fit in my palm is a little bit much. Wow, Who are they trying to keep out? Oh, how nice. I didn't even notice it's got like a cute little, like a, I don't know, like a safety bit on it. I wonder how sharp it is under there. I should really like this. I wish more things came like that. Okay, I guess they're kind of pointy and sharp, but it looks like a little bird. But it's so cute. Look at the bird dogs. I think it's really cute. I've been wanting a pair of scissors like this because even my traditional sewing scissors, they're really short. Not necessarily blunt, they're sharp, but they're not long enough for me to like get underneath all of my stitches all the time. So I'm really excited to have these. It's about as simple as it gets. I mean, as far as aesthetics go, I think it looks fine. There's nothing wrong with it. It's not falling apart, and I like this little things. Yeah, that's a snip. Because it's exactly as advertised and I don't have any problems with this otherwise, I'm going to give this a 5 out of 5. Item number 3, another teeny tiny one. I have a kind of big one over here, but I know it's in that one because I was really excited about it. Boom, these are crochet hooks. Now, when I purchased these are not the colors that were advertised. They were advertised in like a yellow, gold, like orange and red kind of thing, and they came with pink, blues, purples, and reds, which I'm not opposed to, but I will say these are 100% not the same crochet hooks that I bought in the ad. The ones in the ad looked like they went all the way, actually you could see the numbers on them, and they went all the way up to like an 8, which is quite large actually. And these are actually advertised as being like 1s, 2s, 3s, and like 4s. I don't think it goes beyond 3.5 maybe. I'm not one to crochet with anything this tiny. This is kind of ridiculous actually. This would be like crocheting with thread at this point. I think these pink ones are the biggest. Yeah, this is the 3.5. This is the biggest one. So, and in comparison to, you know, my head, I guess this is exceptionally tiny. And even the tiniest one, what is this? This is a 2, yeah? Yes. Look at how small that is. I just can't foresee myself really using these all too much, so kind of lame, didn't like that, but I think this was one of those free items that I got for an extra like $2, so I guess not the end of the world, but for false advertising, I'm gonna give this like a 2 out of 5. Also, why do I need 2 of each? Like, I don't understand why I would need 2. On to number 4, we have the big one. I'm excited about this one. This is actually the whole reason I even did this video, because I just wanted to see these. Oh, how pretty. It is just a box of dried flowers, and I think this is only like $1 or like $1.50, plus like $1 shipping. Again, I think everything that I bought was under like $2 or $3. Okay, so I've got like a nice variety of flowers in there. It looks like I've got some dried pine needles. How fun. They still feel not completely dried. That's weird. They're like soft. Maybe they're fake. Those are hard. They're not flat. So these aren't all pressed flowers, it doesn't look like. But I guess there's kind of a variety, and they're kind of tiny, I guess. I was expecting these to be smaller because I purchased these with the intention of putting them in some resin pieces. What the heck? This is like a whole dandelion head. And it's like baked. It's like discolored. How bizarre. Okay, let's kind of see what we got here. Okay, so these are the ones that feel like they're not completely dry. They don't even really feel like real flour. They feel like they're on wire. So I don't know if I love that. These are definitely fake. There's no way this is real. It feels like I have had a lot of fake Christmas trees in my day, and let me tell you, that's gotta be fake. I'm wondering if these are all supposed to be fake because they were advertised as dried flowers, which led me to believe that they were going to in fact be flowers. Got a tiny pine cone in there. That's kind of cute. I really like these purple ones actually, and oh my gosh, this is a whole like dried carnation in here. It's almost kind of gross looking. Like the colors of these are not lovely. I really like these purple ones. These are what I was kind of expecting, like teeny tiny little baby flowers, nice and pressed. They smell like there would at least be some real flowers in here, but I don't know. I'm going to test these out with my next product actually, which I remember as well. It's the only thing left. This is a teeny tiny little thing of UV resin. I just wanted to see how it works. I want to see if Wish resin's any good. And it was one of those free ones. I think this one was only like $1.50 shipping. I think it had like a bonus deal or something. So I'm going to test this out and pop some flowers in it and then give my final rating at the end. So let's do that. Alright, let's do this. I got my teeniest, tiniest little one. I've got my UV lamp. I've got the UV resin, of course. I think I'm going to go with the blue flowers for this one. Alright, let us open her up and see what we got. I'm going to twist the top off. I'm actually interested to see if this is like sealed or not. Interesting. So I'm assuming this is supposed to be broken off. Except I could still twist it, which is kind of awkward, and it does appear to be open already. So don't know if I love that. It smells like resin. I'll give it that. So yeah, let's just pop this into a mold. Okay, that should be good, and now I am going to pop this under a UV light for 2 minutes just to be safe. 1 minute on both sides. And here we are, hot off the presses. Literally, it is quite warm. I don't know if my other resins are quite this warm when they go. So this is a silicone mold. I should be able to pop it out. This is actually really difficult to pop out. I have never had such a hard time popping something out of this mold. And I've tested this mold on this channel before, so I think you all know. It's hard on the front. It feels hard on the back. It's just not separating from the mold very well. Oh my goodness. Oh, I want to go. I'm cracking it. Can you see that? Oh my god. I'm literally cracking the resin. It will not come out. Wow, that's bizarre. Okay, I'm gonna, I don't know, I guess leave it under the lamp for another like 2 minutes and see what happens. Okay, we're at 6 minutes, and I'm just gonna try to, I guess, stick a toothpick in there or something to pull it out. Okay, well, let's call the UV resin. This is a nice 0 out of 10 because it hardens, but it also ruins your molds. So I would never, never, never recommend this, 100%. And as far as the flowers go, I would give that maybe like a 3 or 4 out of 5-ish. Well, that is all I had for today. I think we had a kind of mixed bag. We had, you know, some things I was really excited for that were just kind of okay, some things I wasn't very excited for that lost a lot of expectations, some general disappointing false advertising, and some things that, you know, turned out pretty much exactly what you'd expect. I still don't know if I think Wish is always the best option. Even some of the more expensive things that I've looked at lately, I've been kind of getting into stamping a little bit more, and even when I was looking at the prices and comparing the price difference including shipping from Wish to something like Amazon, I feel like Amazon's always the better bet. It's only ever maybe like a $1 to $3 difference, and obviously you get it way, way faster. So I don't know, based on this, if I think Wish is as good as everyone seems to say it is. I don't even think it's really as inexpensive as people say it is, especially when you're getting such horrible, horrible quality. I'd rather spend the extra couple dollars and get something from Amazon that I know is going to be reliable and has a lot of good quality reviews. Thank you so much for watching. If you like what you saw, feel free to like and subscribe. I put out new videos every Sunday at noon Eastern Standard Time, anything from art to crafts to reviews, and the occasional vlog in the middle of the week if I feel like adding in a bonus video here and there. But thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next week as well. See ya!